As the second game I reviewed here on this channel a few years ago, Pikmin is perhaps one of the games that desperately needs to be looked at again, maybe the most. I rewatched that original video and it's definitely rough. But hey, that's what doing the electric Boogaloos are for, right? So this week here on TGRS, here on the Internet Nobodies channel, I'm your host, James, and I will be taking a look at the game that started it all, Pikmin. The story is short and sweet. You play as Captain Olimar, a ship captain living on Hakotate. While on vacation, Olimar was flying out in space and wasn't paying attention to his surroundings, and flew straight into an asteroid, destroying his ship and sending him down to the surface of the planet below. It's a tale as old as time, really. Captain stops paying attention, the ship gets destroyed. Talk about a texting and driving PSA. On the surface of the planet, Olimar discovers that his ship is completely destroyed and that his spacesuit is damaged and can only filter out that pesky oxygen for 30 days before his life support fails. Conveniently, just a few feet away, Olimar stumbles upon the Red Onion, the ship housing one of the native species on the planet, the Pikmin. This first day is actually kind of nice. You can get your bearings for the controls and take your time without dealing with the time limit. The Pikmin are great little workers. They can break down obstacles and push boxes and carry food back to the onions to make even more Pikmin. But the most important part, and the part that enticed Olimar to commit the species into slavery, is that they can carry the pieces of Olimar's ship back, repairing it. There are 30 ship pieces in total. 30 pieces, 30 days. For a time limit, this actually isn't that bad. Even novice players can beat the game, getting 25 required parts before day 30 is up. You would just need to get an average of 1 part a day. There are 2 other breeds of Pikmin that you come across. The yellow Pikmin that get thrown pretty far up and can pick up these bomb rocks, and the blue Pikmin that can breathe underwater. Honestly, between the 3, the blues are probably the most useful, the yellows being the least useful. Being able to go basically everywhere on a map is such a huge bonus. And unfortunately with the yellows, there aren't many reasons to throw Pikmin up high, and bomb rocks are only useful on a handful of obstacles. There are 3 endings for this game. Obviously the best ending is the true ending. The first ending is the worst, where you don't collect the 25 required parts before day 30 is up. This is the one I got, the most growing up as a kid. Olimar tries to take off in his ship anyways, but the ship stalls before leaving the atmosphere and it falls back down to Earth. The Pikmin take Olimar and carry him to the Onion, transforming him into a creepy Olimar Pikmin monster. The next ending is simple enough. Olimar takes off in his ship and actually makes it off of the planet. Now, the best ending is, admittedly, the coolest. Olimar had a wordless goodbye with the Pikmin and he takes off in the fully repaired Dolphin. Then we see that Olimar has ruined the food chain on the planet with the Pikmin actively attacking this random Bulborb. Flying away from the planet, we see a dozen different onions in all different colors flying off of the surface too. We don't really know what some of them are, but after Pikmin 3 unveiled Flying Pikmin and Rock Pikmin, that covers the gray and pink onions. There will undoubtedly be a quality difference between the footage for the different endings. I got the best ending and I didn't really want to spend more time getting the others. Why? Well, this game is kind of interesting. Going for 100% completion is way faster than going for the second and third endings. To get 100%, all you have to do is collect all of the parts. For example, I did this in about 15 days on this playthrough. But for the second and third endings, you have to go through all 30 days. I mean, you could always just skip to sunset every day, but it's still just interesting that completion is the fastest way of beating it. This game is very replayable though, just as long as you know what you're doing. It can get disheartening to keep playing and not even getting an ending, but once you get the hang of it, it's kind of fun to complete the game faster and faster. I think my record is 13 days, and I got 15 days on this playthrough. This game is pretty easy to play. The original on GameCube is expensive, so don't even go for that. If you are one of the people that has a Wii U, you can buy the Wii version on the eShop for 20 bucks, this version having the pointer controls, which honestly I am not the biggest fan of. Then, of course, there's emulating it, like I did here. Dolphin really is an awesome emulator and it works perfectly fine, even on my older laptop. Considering we still don't know what the deal is with Pikmin 4, I guess we have to keep playing this in Pikmins 2 and 3 until we get it. Maybe I'll have the same luck with this that I had with Devil May Cry, and once this re-review goes up, they'll formally announce the game. Thank you so much for watching. I always loved Pikmin, and it feels pretty good to actually re-review this game, since the original video on this channel is pretty dated. Anyways though, that will do it for this week. Come back tomorrow for some hot, saucy goodness, and join us back here next Wednesday for Terrell's TGRS.